Hello, I'm Cameroon, and welcome to our continuing Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program. Well, we're kind of trying to figure out... I figured out what this line from the last episode was. It's the shadows progressing. There's like an edge somewhere there. But anyway, we're kind of trying to figure out what our next steps are going to be. Contract-wise, we have testing launch stability enhancer, so, like, that's just there. We could try this perform visual surveys, but that's such a far distance, and I don't really want to fly all that way, and I don't think anybody wants to watch it. I'd have to, like, fast forward through it or something. But it would give us a bunch of science, so, you know, there's that. And really we do want to do it with something that can land, and then maybe take off, or, like... These, the two at the end here, these are pretty easy. You could just, you could even do those maybe in a spacecraft, but these are really intended for planes or other flying craft. I have a long time to try and complete it, right? 4 years. But only 2 days left to accept it. This would be good, science data from the MON. This would be good as well. We have 61 science, so we can look at what we want to do, but we really do need to crank up the amount of science we're getting for some of this stuff. This seems easy, but getting to orbit, well... We don't get any science, we just get money. We need money. Alright, fine, we'll take it. Because we can build something that can get to there and back, right? We can just do something like this. We can even make it kind of interesting looking. We're certainly going to need extra parachutes. We don't have to save the craft. We can... It's not going anywhere, and if if we I don't know what I was going to say there. Never mind. That never happened. We're just going to pretend that never occurred. See, this would be good, but I think this will be more important because we can get some more science. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Alright, well, that's what we're going with as our thought. So, at least it's a... like, it doesn't have a lot of weight to it. Definitely going to grab batteries because they have... I wouldn't say that they've dramatically halted anything, but they certainly make it harder to do some of the things that we might want to do. I think this is the really small one. Yeah. I think we can do that though. At least then we could send somebody who isn't a pilot and make a go of it. One day I will remember that the heat shields are in aerodynamic. Alright, so we're looking at launching 3,600 kilograms of mass. Oh, and we definitely want to get rid of monopropellant. Wow, that's actually saving 100 kilograms. That's a lot more than I expected. what else do we need on, well, or what else, what's our next step? Got our heat shield. In theory, we might be okay re-entering. I think we're going to want to have a powered, like I think we're absolutely going to want to have a bit of a powered descent or part of it. So, I mean, obviously we don't need, I just think we're going to want to slow down and have some control available. And maybe we put a service, what is it, a service bay in here. So we can stick some like batteries and stuff. Batteries and stuff, it's a technical term. Oh, it's an expensive thermometer. Go. I'm actually tempted to set these all up with individual parachutes, like essentially stage this all apart. But I don't know what that would do for their for recoverability. Okay, so now we have this thing set up. This is our service module, as it were. So now it's a matter of actually getting this. I wish we had the science or the tech unlocked for bigger part chains, or bigger part pieces, you know. Bigger. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. So we have to actually get to orbit. So we're going to need to have a number of stages, I think. Straight, yeah, okay. And unlike the last time, we will make sure to check our staging. Alright, up to 3,400, we definitely need more. I don't think that's enough to reach orbit, right? 3,800. I mean, it'll improve as we go. But I feel like we really need to have some I don't know, some extra boosters in here somewhere. But I don't want to attach them. I feel like if I attach them, how much does, if we, just out of curiosity, they actually do have a positive thrust to weight. Could we do something like this and just get, maybe, they're only going to burn for 15 seconds. Might be enough. I haven't figured out what the overall delta V required is, right? But I know that, like, 4,400 is getting kind of close. And would we be better served by this? What does that get us to? And that's a good point. We have to, not only do we have to get to orbit with that 4400, we actually have to be able to deorbit. So, and we're at like 41, 42-ish. What can we do that will be stable and actually effective? That is the key. I guess we could do... I feel like this is going kind of the wrong direction for this. Unless we had struts, but we don't have struts. So we're kind of really having to use up a lot of parts and quite a lot of extra mass. Where's our... Actually, this is a good point. Where's our... Alright, well, I think we'll still be okay. Alright, we're gonna give this a shot. And I think we're gonna... Yeah, we'll definitely... We'll have Jeb and we'll have our tourists. And... And we're gonna just really hope that this works out. Now, granted, we could send somebody other than Jeb because of I think the SAS module would let us, but this seems like a better plan. Alright, so we're gonna need all the thrust, so... That is awesome. There's just no other way to say that. That's just awesome. Look at that. Way to go, squad. I am going to throttle back a little bit because I want to get above. I mean, obviously, I don't want to tip too much, but I do want to like keep my thrust to weight a little bit in check. Or sorry, not my thrust to weight, but my like speed through the lower atmosphere. A little bit of wobble that goes on down there, and I want to make sure to keep things from getting getting out of control. Let's pop things up so we can see what's going on. All right, perhaps this is doing well. I guess it's true. We do have the electric charge and the Whoa, let's not wobble too much. Alright. It's a little bit better. Nothing like a high part count to cause anxiety. I think we can start tipping over a lot more now. Probably could have been tipping over a lot sooner, but I'm not super familiar with the aerodynamic model yet, but like the new... With Ferrum, I would feel pretty confident about how I needed to launch. This, not so much. Okay. Whoa. Okay, this is... Definitely need the stability assist turned on here for Jeb. Oh god, we went way too high. I was meaning to go to like 80 kilometers. This thing has so much wobble. Well, hopefully this won't have annihilated our chance to actually make orbit with this group. I mean, we've got part of the contract. They're suborbital. We're going to turn on fine control because there's just so much torque. I guess we could turn the torque off in these other pieces. But I'm kind of thinking maybe we actually burn here. Because we're not into the service mod, or the second stage. Sorry, third stage. We're only starting into the second stage, and I think that might be worth doing. Because we need to gain a lot of orbital speed here. We don't need to gain any altitude, we just need to make it wider. Okay. And now we'll wait for actually getting to the apoapsis, because what my concern was is that we wouldn't have enough time to actually burn, because our thrust to weight is not fantastic, it's adequate. Alright, let's fast forward here. And burn, baby, burn. I do wish I had the option to stage a little more. Like, didn't have to switch between views to understand when I should stage. But that's okay. And there it is, orbit. Oh yeah, we had plenty of fuel. Okay, good to know. Fantastic. So that's a bunch of money that we can definitely make use of. Oh, they're PlanetShine. They added. Okay, well, good to know. PlanetShine makes the planets look much better. Actually, also there's a work in progress mod that I'm keeping track of too. It's but it does atmospheric scattering, and it looks really good. But it's apparently got a memory leak. It only works on Kerbal right now. So. Eventually, but for now, we just go with PlanetShine. I think we'll go ahead, and when we get around to the far side, we'll probably burn to bring our apoapsis in. So maybe somewhere so that we're coming down. I mean, ideally, we'll come down near the KSP, but... Sorry, KSC. Oh, you know what we should do? We should make sure to grab our science from here. Keep that. Pose. Do we have any like? What about if we EVA? These guys can't EVA, but Jeb can. Can you take an EVA report? Yes, you can. Awesome. So we're just in space just above Kerbin's Highlands. Man, this is what I am having trouble speaking. Alright, are we... What about here? Are we still in the Highlands? I don't think we are. I think we're somewhere new. Nope, we're not. Gentle deorbit burn. Okay, that's enough of the gentle part. Okay. Okay, now let's see if we can get another EVA report. Is this new? Grasslands, yep. Ooh, I can't grab the science from here because of Jeb. If it was Bob, I could. One moment. Alright, and I'm back. Of course, on your end, it should probably not even be noticeable because of it. Well, it'll be noticeable as a jump cut. Alright, so we have... I'm sure we have a good chunk of delta V left to actually... you know, maintain a sane descent or a... Wow, okay, how about we just... Calm down there, Jeb. Shaking it like crazy. How much battery charge? We have a lot of battery charge, but here's the problem. We switch it to retrograde and look at how it just jitters like crazy. I don't know why that is. That's unfortunate. Maybe because these are facing different orientations or something? I don't know. Alright, well, go to time warp. Whoa, careful. Must be so careful. Well, the tourists, look, wait. I don't know if anybody noticed, but the tourists are having a great time. Look at that excitement. They are just fantastically happy. And this, you know, let's be honest, that would be a pretty impressive thing to... I mean, granted, right now they're looking that way. And we are not going to point the ship the other direction, just for their enjoyment. But still, I mean, that's a pretty impressive... They've had a pretty good ride, I would say. Can we go to IVA them? Oh, we can. Oh, wow, that looks so much better than I was thinking. Oh, very nice. And then you got Jeb. Jeb's like, I have a little porthole. Guys. I mean, look at that. Wow. And if I had track IR turned on, I could, you know, be turning my head all over and, oh, wow. Okay. They've definitely made that IVA look good. Alright, so where are we probably going to come down? I don't know. It's going to take us a while to get to that point, though. Wow. Yeah. I mean, we're going... I'm kind of tempted... Will I just stay stable? You know, I wish I had, like, deployable fins or something. Maybe I guess when I get air brakes, then I could put them on here at the top and pop them to make sure that the most drag is at the back. But I think they'd probably burn up, and then where would you be? So we do have a heat shield here. After, you know, so once we burn this stage, if we need to or want to get rid of it, we'll be able to, and we'll still have heat shield. But I'm concerned about stability at that point. That's why I'm keeping this gimbaled thrust at the back, so that just in case, I'll have some control, and I can maybe, you know, drop the speed fast enough that, or drop the vertical speed without having without using the atmosphere to do it. Kind of curious if we will come down. I mean, it looks like we are going to maybe be near the Space Center. Which would be nice. I mean, that's... get the most return of costs and everything for the parts. Kerbal and Gwenya. They are having a blast. Look, they're not looking at the dials, that's for sure. If they were looking at this, they'd be like, but that seems to be going very quickly. It is. Maybe they were looking at the dials and they don't understand what it means. Because if, or maybe they're just educated about what's going on here. I do need to be careful that not to burn through electric charge without knowing it. Since if we do that, we're probably going to die. Because I'm not sure that you can fire the parachutes once you run out of electric charge. Even though they're not electrically powered as such. I think usually the pyrotechnics that deploy them are triggered by, an electric signal. Or a spark or something like that. But so we really do need to have electricity to accomplish that. Wish I could take an EVA here. What about a crew port? Can you get... Nothing. Alright then. Can we get inside? I don't think we can log the data. Just because I'm not sure that opening this is a great idea, but I think... Yeah, see, we can't. Okay. I wasn't sure that, we could have opened those up and suddenly lost control or something from aerodynamics. I don't know if it calculates that or if these are essentially just enclosed, whether the doors are open or not. Thank you, camera. This is the long fall back to Earth, to terra firma. Man, these are actually pretty extensive deserts. Never really quite noticed how much desert Kerbal actually has over here. I mean, for all the times you fly over it on the way back to the KSC, I must just not have looked. I'm okay being a little bit pointed this way because we'll get a little bit of lifting body effect. And that'll help slow our vertical descent, which is super important for not burning up. I don't want to get too much because I don't want to be out of control and unable to have the engine pointed, and then eventually the heat shield, if needed, pointed in the correct direction. But a little bit of pitch here will actually help things out. It's interesting, like how I've been weighing whether or not I want to try for a land touchdown. On one hand, it's less dangerous than the water, as long as you are landing somewhere flat. On the other hand, there's far fewer perfectly flat locations, or even flat enough that if you land on something that's kind of tall, like this is, or even if we were landing on just these three cockpits kind of thing. It's dicier, You're not sure you're actually going to make it. Oh, okay. So we've got re-entry heating. So we're actually going to fire to try and slow ourselves down here, because I don't want to have. I'd rather land short of the KSC. Yeah, see, there we go. We've reduced the re-entry effects dramatically. We're not going to come anywhere near the KSC at this point, but I'll take it. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, not good. Not good. Alright, well, this is really bad. Say a prayer for us. Oh god, I'm not talking much because this is terrifying. We have to just balance this thing perfectly. And we've got this off-centered weight, off-centered mass of the engine. Okay. 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 I think we're gonna be fine. Alright. Wow. Okay, lesson learned. Don't do that ever again. Oh. Okay. That was terrifying. That was terrifying. These re-entry is so much more distressing now. That thing popped off and it didn't have any... I expected it to have less drag and go, you know, shooting away from me. But apparently I had less drag than it, so I caught up. And then once you have that happen, you're just, you know, you're just working on a... with this off-center mass pushing one way, so I had all this force. If I didn't have the battery charge that I had and the all this, like the extra torque on, I'm fairly certain we would be dead. So, whew, nothing like a little excitement there at the end, right? Well, we didn't do too terribly bad for getting close. We had to fire all the engines a lot sooner, or fire all the engines. All one engine, we had to fire it sooner than I was expecting, but that wasn't so bad. See, it didn't even get that hot. Unlike the previous re-entry with the command pod only, where we were... Would we come in at like 2 kilometers a second or something? 2 point some kilometers a second? I kind of expected when we touched down into the ocean that the heat would dissipate quickly. And see, I don't know if this color, like, is that normal? What color is normal? Alright, looks like this is going to be safe touchdown. We're actually going to pop that stability on because I don't want them to potentially die, and we'll recover. Fantastic. We actually gained a bunch of science from the crew reports, I guess. EVA, and temperature. Oh, the temperature was worth a good bit. Awesome. It's not enough to actually do anything with, but we're getting there. And we got some reputation. Fantastic. Well, we're going to wrap this episode up here, and next time we shall... Well, we don't have any science to unlock, but we shall look at contracts and what else we can go accomplish to get more science. Until next time.